Hello everyone, Cyber Dragon here. So, I got some news. Firstly, this is not my last week of school. I got the days mixed up, so fuck. But, yeah, I think this will be my last whole week of school, per se. Maybe like the first Monday and Tuesday will be like my last 2 days of next week. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. And so that means you guys will have to wait a little longer for more parts again. But again, it's just another couple days, so like, who cares? But yes, I'm doing What If Deku Met Toga Early, Part 6. I'm also going to try to finish up What If Deku Had the Powers of Exodia here soon. As fast as I can. Like, do majority of the sports festival, the course, the fucking internships, then the test, then the training camp, then the awful one fight, then that's it. Which I most likely will combine certain stuff into other parts. Because I'm more or less not going to focus on the ship for that anymore. I feel like the ship isn't really necessary anymore because, like, I'm not sure. Even though I try to set it up, it's just not working for me, guys. I'm sorry, but that series most likely did not even need a ship because it's like a brand new fucking series I've made, for one. For two, I've hardly seen anyone else do it, so I don't think anyone else. So I would think some people would probably start that. I mean, one other person did it, which I didn't know, but still. And yeah. But otherwise, you're not here to hear me babble on about events that is going on or other what ifs. You're here to listen to me talk about Deku and Toga. So yeah. But also, I didn't know I didn't make the last part very interesting because it was a USJ attack, which I said it didn't change much. So obviously it wouldn't, really be much to say about. But yeah, let's just do this. So, it is the news about the USJ being attacked did happen. Nezu does know there is a traitor in the midst. He's not stupid. But, yeah, so he doesn't know who, though. Is the thing. And, yeah. So, they decided to implement the dorm system. Reason why? They just got fucking attacked by villains. What do you mean, why? Yeah, but so, yeah, they go house by house till finally they reach the Midoriya residence. Which, this one will be spoke by both Aizawa and All Might, because there's 2 students living there already. So they figured, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Yeah, so, let's get into that. So, Aizawa knocks on the door. Inker answers, like, oh, are you Izuku's teachers? Like, yes, we are from UA. I hope you get the notification of the dorm system. Like, oh, yes. So, I know that Toga isn't my child or anything, but I hope that I have permission to have my say in it. Like, of course, ma'am. We do know about Miss Toga's situation, and we do know that she doesn't have a very good home. So I don't think they would mind if she comes to the dorm system at UA. But we do need some kind of parental figure to agree upon that for her. Oh, of course. You might want to wait a moment for Izuku and Toga, though. Like, why is that, ma'am? Well, they're kind of, busy. Is that busy doing what? Oh. Yeah, they're, doing the deed Izuku is finally reaching manhood. So, his V card has been punched out. And let's go back for a few moments before they even arrived there. Hour ago. I feel like this is some extra layer I'm adding, because why the fuck not? A couple of hours ago. It's pretty early morning. Deku just got done with his training, so he decides to take a shower. Inko was not around at this time. Toga decided just to relax in Deku's room. After Deku got done with his shower, he walks into his room. No towel around his waist. And Toga, as soon as Deku opened the door, Toga blushed heavily. And I do mean heavily, because Deku is ripped as fuck, for one. And for two, he is such shirt he's not wearing a fucking towel or underwear in any case, so he is just man-spreading. Like, Himiko, what are you doing in my room? Like, I decided to come and hang out with you, but I'm sorry that you weren't in here, so, like, I'm sorry, Himiko, I probably should have put on a towel. Like, yes, you should have, but, she's just mesmerized by the fucking python he has. Oh god, I feel like I have to do 18 and plus or something for this. No. Fuck it, I don't even do, like, restrictions on my fucking channel. I don't make it for little kids though, so I'm not gonna go into super detail about this, so that's kind of how the events led up to this moment. Like, so, Izuku, before you go, alright, no. Like, I'm gonna get a towel. Like, nope, you're gonna have to take responsibility now. Like, responsibility for what? So, I think you know. Like, Himiko, no, please. Like, why? Your mom isn't here. And, you're already battle ready, appears. He looks down. It is his little might is standing proud. Like, damn it. And, like, fuck it. Hour later, Inko finally arrives back home, and she hears the bed squeaking quite a bit. And, like, oh. I figured it's about time they did that. And hours go by. The teachers arrive. And, yeah. They both are exhausted as fuck. And afterward, Deku, he did wear a protection. So, no grandchildren yet for Inko. But yeah, Deku finally get dressed. Like, okay, I need to get some orange juice or something. You want anything? Like, yeah, my fucking feeling back in my legs. Fuck. Say, Izuku, why? Say, hey, you wanted to go, so. My god. I am horrible. But whatever. So Deku's just walking out of his room shirtless. Into the room, like, and just grab the half-gallon of orange juice without a cup to drink in it. He turns around and does a spit take. Mom, Isaiah and All Might, so how long have you guys been, like, me? For a couple of hours. So, we just arrived here 15 minutes ago. So, oh fuck. I'll be back. And yeah. The evening goes by. Deku and Toga are super red as fuck, but they both are properly dressed. Although Deku had to carry Toga into the living room, which everyone, like, oh, okay. They went at it that hard, huh? So, what did you guys need exactly? Like, well, we were here to talk about the dorm system, and, well, about Himiko, Miss Toga here. So, since her parents doesn't really care, we needed a parental figure in general. So we chose your mother, since she's been living here for several months. And we also hear about you, so we hope Miss Midoriya here would appreciate if we let you both stay at the dorms. Like, oh, well, yeah, I don't really mind. My son didn't really get, and for reason why, her son didn't get hurt, neither did Toga. Which, yeah. Alright then, we'll see you guys in about a couple of days. And Midoriya, Himiko, Midoriya, Toga, like, yeah? Like, keep the noise down whenever you're at the dorm system at UA. We don't want the students to hear that. Like, right. So, yeah. That's how that day went. Couple days went after they left, actually. Inko said, so, am I gonna have grandchildren yet in 9 months? Both of them are blushing heavily as fuck. They're like, Inko, I'm not, Izuku, like, Mom! So, turns out, well, he did wear protection, so sorry, Inko, but not yet. Like, not yet. So, okay. Well then, do keep the noise down next time, please. I don't want to hear you guys saying go harder, Izuku. So, Mom! And yeah, that's how the day went on. A couple days later, they all move into the dorm system. Although Toga and Deku mostly share a room. Which some of the people are confused about. Like, hey, what? Like, Mineta asks, like, why do Midoriya and Toga get to share a room? Oh, like, it's because they two has been living at the same house for, appears for almost an entire 2 years. And not once until about a couple weeks ago they did anything inappropriately. Which everyone looked at both of them like, so you both did it? Like, yeah. Umuraka feel like she lost the war itself that she didn't even know she was fighting in. And Mineta is like, you bastard, how dare you get laid before me? Like, no one was gonna sleep with you anyways, Mineta. That was Toga, by the way. Which Mineta looks at all the girls, and they're confirming it. Wait, did I make Mineta in this class? Yeah, no, I play Hakakure. That's what I usually do for when I have an extra girl character. If it's a guy, I usually replace Mineta with him, so. Yeah. Oh, but yeah, so the day goes by. See, and Aizawa comes in the dorm saying, alright everyone, you won't have school for the next 2 weeks. You all will be training for the sports festival, which everyone is excited about. And Deku, I believe I made him control only 15%, so here soon I'm going to make him control about 20% after the 2 weeks of training. And Toga, well, has practice with her fighting combat skills, unarmed combat, because he mostly goes armed combat training which Deku mentioned, like, Toga, I don't think they will let you use a knife during the sports festival, so you might want to practice in some unarmed combat. But, alrighty, Zuko, I'll do that. So yeah, that's what they do. But yeah, so it's the day of the sports festival. Everyone is in the locker room. And Todoroki goes up to Deku, like, so, Midoriya, you are most likely the strongest student in this room here, and I'm gonna beat you with only my ice half. Deku, not really intimidated by Todoroki. He has more confidence, obviously, because of Toga. Like, well, Todoroki, if you're waging war against me, I'm waging it back at you. And that goes for you too, Kachan. So, like, yeah, whatever, you damn nerd. And you, icy hot. How dare you wage war on him and not me? Like, whatever. But Toga goes up to Deku, like, so, you want to make a little wager, Izuku? Like, what kind of wager? So, whoever gets further along in the sports festival, either you or me, the other will do whatever the other one wants. Sounds like a deal? Fuck yes, it sounds like a deal. Let's do it. So yeah, that's their little wager. And yeah, I believe I made Deku obviously like student rep, like not rep, well yeah representative, but also like first year's what fucking was it called again? I'm drawing a blank at what it was called. I can't think about it. Whatever, he does the speech. I can't remember the fucking name of what it was. I'm drawing a blank because my mind is like, fuck you, you don't get to think. But yeah, so he goes up to make the speech. So I'm not really sure what kind of speech he would make. So, let's see it. So, I know we all here to... Oh yeah, and everyone else did wage war on Class 1A. Like, everyone did swarm around the 1A door, like in canon. And Shinzo did clear war on everyone on 1A, so did 1B. Forgot to mention that. I usually do, so... Sorry. But yeah, so... Yeah, so back to the speech. Like, I know we all here all want to be heroes. And I know there's some of us here who has amazing quirks, but didn't get the chance to show them off during the entrance exam. So, let's all do our best in this, and hope we can show our strength on our own way. So, let's go beyond. Plus Ultra, raising his fist in the air while saying that. The arena goes silent for a moment, then an uproar of claps and yells, going on like, yeah, best speech ever! So, yeah, go beyond Plus Ultra, like, guys, I think I need to use the bathrooms, get out of the way. Well, just random shit. There. So, yeah. Afterwards, Deku goes back next to Toga, like, a great speech, Zuko. Like, thanks, Himiki. So, now, Midnight declares what the first match is. It's the race. I don't think majority of events would change. Deku would still get first, Bakugo second, and Todoroki third. Or, wait, Todoroki second and Bakugo third. I forgot the order of that for a moment. But the way how it went is that Deku used one fall, full cowling, and 10%. He doesn't want to exert himself all the way yet, but he did get out of Todoroki's ice before most people did, so he's in first place. Todoroki trying to catch up as fast as he can, so he's using his ice. And when Deku used the robots, he used one fall to get blitz through the robots, smashing some in the way too, using shoot style, because Toga did suggest his own style of fighting other than All Might's. He still uses punches, but kicks as well. He's just flipping around like a madman. Two robot. And when it comes to the 0 pointer for them, he just does a Manchester smash on the fucking head and bounce off of that and just, runs afterwards. Doing the same thing Todoroki would to block the path, basically. So, yeah. After that, Deku gets to the pitfall thing, so he just jumps to pillar, using one fall in both of his 20% to over it all. And then when it comes to the minefield, he just goes through it carefully. Everyone else is actually still either get revived, now just arriving at the pillars, or just getting almost over with, so Deku's still plenty of time. And he's almost out of it till Todoroki comes, and Bakugo as well. Todoroki thinks he doesn't have time, so he just freezes through the minefield, Bakugo flying through it. And Deku seeing this, he says, fuck it, use 25%, firing an air wave at both Bakugo and Todoroki, sending them flying backwards a bit, causing explosions, and Deku like, oh shit, gotta go. So he just runs it at 20% before the mines could even explode him, and gets first place. Todoroki and Bakugo eventually get second and third, while Toga, I will say, gets 6. Because she used her acrobatic skills to get through most people, bouncing off of them or even the platforms. So yeah. So that's how it went. Now the cavalry battle, I will say, goes slightly different. So Deku got Toga because they both want to get through this part. They also got Tokoyami as in canon. And not Mei Hatsume. Mei Hatsume tried to, but Toga saw how friendly Mei was trying to be with Deku, and she said, do you want to be cut, or not, do you want to be cut, biz? And they're like, oh shit, sorry Mei, you can't be part of my team. Like, oh, fine. Which, she ended up joining Shinzo's team, because Shinzo did the brainwashing thing on Mei. And Umuraka did still be part of the team. The placements this time, Toga is on top, Tokoyami it's up front, while Deku is on the right side, while Umuraka is on the left. So yeah. The battle begins. Deku did make a plan saying that he will use his quirk to help bounce around the area with while Umuraka is making them all light. So yeah. And and Toga did suggest maybe we should snatch some headbands on the way there too, because we don't know if anyone could possibly steal the 1,000,000 points. Which they do. They grabbed a couple, enough to make, just in case if the 1,000,000 point head point band did get snatched, they would still at least be second or third place, I will say. And the majority of events happen like in canon. Todoroki got it, but Deku, since he's not on top, they decided to leave the headband. We got enough to get in, so let's just keep evading for now. And that's how it goes. So Deku's team got third, I will say, while Shinzo's get fourth. And Bakugo gets second, while Todoroki gets first. So yeah, they get a break. Before Deku actually goes off with, before Todoroki asks Deku to talk with him, You remember the cheerleader scene? How the girls got tricked into wearing the cheerleaders' outfits? Well, that kind of happens. Same as in canon. So Deku's on the main field, and then he hears someone saying, Izuku. He's saying like, oh hey, he... And before you can finish it, he sees Toga in a cheerleader outfit. Which his mind that breaks after that. And he oh no. Like, I think I broke Deku just by my appearance alone. So, yeah, I'm having fun with this part. It's clear. But yeah, so... Yeah, after that, Deku said thing like, you know, if I win this, I have to win this now. Not just because of All Might, because of I want this to be involved tonight. Oh god. I just feel like I'm gonna get some comments about this part in general. Just other parts. But yeah, so after Toga, like, Izuku, wake up. So it's like, alright, so how about this? If you snap out of it, I may or may not wear this to our sparring match tonight. So it's giving him a winky face after that. Like, yep, okay, gotta get up. So yeah. Then Todoroki asks Deku to come with him, talk about his past, and he eventually asks, are you All Might's secret love child? Which Deku said, no, man, what gave you that fucking idea? Like, oh, well, it's because of your quirk. Like, well, yeah, some people have similar quirk. Like, I could say your quirk represents another fire hero. Do you think that's true? Like, okay, I see your point. Again, he has more confidence and he's learned to lie a bit with Toga, because Toga does know the importance of one for all, and she tells Deku, like, to come up with a more convincing lie just in case, because you might want to make sure no one knows about your connection to All Might and his quirk. Like, yep, got it. So that's what happens. And yeah, so the Midnight calls, like, did the roulette to see who fights who. Umaraku does not fight Bakugo in this one. Toga does. And Umaraku will face, well, let's see, since I have a... Who does Toga take the place of for this? I will say Ibarra. So Umaraku will fight Kaminari. So yeah. Because I just kind of wanted like that. So let's get on. So the fight between Shinzo and Deku wins because I would say he can keep his cool a bit more, so he just fires a giant wind push instead of yelling it like at him, sending him flying out of the ring. And he doesn't really get to show off his quirk as much, but yeah. Now Umaraku versus Kaminari. Kaminari wins. You might be wondering, why doesn't Umaraku win? Well, when your quirk evolves, touch of a person has to be in close range, but since if a Kaminari has a far range advantage, he just simply shocks her, paralyzing her. She does get the press, but Deku does give her the confidence, so does Toga, because they're both all, and even Ida, because they're all friends. Now, the fight between, again, now, before I continue, the fight between Todoroki and Sero, I will say Todoroki got a little bit more pissed off because of the response of Deku not being All Might's love child. He got a little bit more pissed, so he does it a little bit more harsher, where she's like, oh shit, and Deku is like, bound to, like, I'm gonna fold this man and end his career for what he just did. Because his ignorance of his not using his quirk is pissing me off now. And the fight between Bakugo and Toga. I would say Toga does get a little bit of a hand, like an upper hand at first, but at the end she does lose. Which Bakugo is pissed at, like, how did she get this far anyways, and how did a villain like her get this stronger than me? I should be the only good fighter here. But yet, this bitch here, which he did say the bitch part out loud, so Deku will have to fold him too. He's gonna fold more people than a folding chair. Or an omelet, or whatever the fuck else. Whatever more that folds more. So yeah. Which Deku does grin, like, so I guess I win the bet then, huh? I'm like, yeah, whatever. So don't lose. If you win the entire sports festival, I will even give you something extra for your efforts. So now he has a fiery look in his eyes like, I must fucking win! Like, no hold barred, bitches. So yeah. Oh boy. Bakugo and Todoroki will get it. So yeah, the fight between Todoroki and Deku. Since Deku has more of a better handle of his quirk, I would say Endeavor does approach Deku, which he did tell him, like, oh, you must push him to use his fire. And like, okay, fuck you, Endeavor. I heard what happened, so see ya. So yeah. No, not exactly like that, but something similar. So the energy of saying fuck you, but longer than just saying fuck you. So yeah, Todoroki goes out, then Deku does too, and Todoroki said, I want you to use your full power against me, and so that I can prove that I don't need his eyes. Like, if you're not gonna use your full fucking power, why should I use my full fucking power against you? So no. Which pisses him off, so he prematurely fires his ice before Midnight can even say go, which he was about to say something, but Deku simply said, let's just start. And like, okay, and he just throws an air blast at him. 10%. No, like the wind pressure at him. So yeah, the fight goes somewhat similar towards canon, except for the fact that Deku's not breaking any bones. But he's only using 10%, and dodging better too with his full cowling. Which Todoroki eventually starting to get frost on him. He's like, how come you're not finishing me off now? So, it's because I want you to use your full power. So use your fire side, Todoroki, come on. He said, I'm not gonna use his quirk. And he goes on to speech like, it's not his quirk, it's your quirk, dumbass. Which he gets the memory, which Todoroki implodes with power fire around him. Which, so, I'll use my quirk against you. I hope you can handle this now. Something like that. Something similar towards canon. I don't fucking know. But yeah, so Deku now decides to use 20% of his quirk. Which, yeah, so after that, let's see. Yeah, so the fight goes similar towards canon, but the final blast between the two, Deku put a lot more power into it. Instead of his full cowling, I think has a bit more power than the actual event. He actually managed to dodge Todoroki's attack. Not entirely unscathed, but somewhat unscathed, and sent his own almost equally powerful attack towards Todoroki. This time actually breaking one of his arms because he used way too much. Which, when the dust cleared, it shows Deku and Todoroki standing still. Deku slightly burnt and frozen, but with a broken arm. But still standing, and Todoroki still standing. Because majority of both of their attacks somewhat cancel each other out, but still hit each other small amounts. Which afterwards, Todoroki collapsed. And Deku was stumbling, about to fall himself, but caught himself at the last moment with his foot. Afterwards, raising his non-broken arm high in the air, like a victorious stance, which everyone erupted in an explosion of cheers. Afterwards, Deku received his cavalry girl to heal up his arm. They let him rest for majority of the event, and yeah, so since ever Kaminari and, Ida this time is fighting each other, I will say Ida loses. Because Kaminari, again, of touch. And he just goes more widespread with that attack. So, yeah. I'm just going to say that. Because I feel like if Kaminari didn't have to fight Ibara, he could easily, well not easily, but somewhat hinder the most of the people he fights. Because Umuraka's quirk revolved more around touch, which if she even tries to touch Denki, I feel like Denki could honestly electrocute her point blank. And since Ida's the same ballpark, him too. So you might be fighting me on that, but honestly, is my what if. So yeah. And the fight between Bakugo and Kirishima happens, and Koyami, but this time Deku and Kaminari's fight. Kaminari said, I never had to use this much power before in much of this tournament. So I hope if it's either you or me, man, I hope it's you, because I do not want to fight Bakugo. Like, yeah, I wouldn't want to fight Kontron either, but, man, I gotta win this, because not only that I'm just doing this so that I can prove I can be the next number one hero, but, there's also a special prize waiting for me later on tonight if I do. Oh, okay, man. Oh, let's go at it. So, yeah, they do. Deku stayed afar, and Kaminari used his quirk all out. So 1 million volts, but 10 million volts or whatever. But he fired his brain, and Deku saw this as an opportunity, fired an air blast at him, and knocked him out of the ring. Ida left earlier, because he heard about his brother with the same incident. And yeah, so now it's Deku versus Bakugo. Deku's been looking forward for this fight because he heard that Bakugo called Toga a bitch, for one. Because you don't disrespect a man's lady. Or a lady in general. Respect women. Or get your ass kicked by them. But either way. And, well, this rivalry has been building up for a while anyway, so, yeah. Deku and Bakugo get in a battle stance. And Midnight yells, go. Bakugo blasts towards Deku, and Deku, well, just runs towards Bakugo with One for All for cowling. They go at it for quite a bit of while. Deku sending his airwaves at him, and Bakugo using explosions to get back in the ring before then. And this goes on for a little while, till the point Bakugo will use Howitzer Impact, which Deku Ooh, I'm getting excited for this, because I never really do this. Jumps out of the way, but after he's overhead of Bakugo, something happens. Black whips comes out of Deku's arms and goes to his Bakugo, which Deku does the flip and sending him out of the ring with his Bakugo's momentum of his quirk and Deku's added momentum with the black whip, sending Bakugo towards out of the ring. Which a lot of people are surprised seeing this. He appears to have 2 fucking quirks. Which, after that, the Deku looks at his arms like, what the hell? But then the black whips go out of control. So, yeah. And eventually, All Might would have to come down and help him calm down to make sure the black whips doesn't go too out of control. And, yeah. After that, when Deku starts to calm down, the whips eventually retrieves back into Deku. Which, All Might and Deku are like, okay, we have to talk fucking now. And Toga is like, yep, I have to figure out what the hell's going on. And a lot of people don't know what's going on. Like, apparently Deku has 2 quirks. But yeah, so after that, All Might and Deku goes to a private room, and Toga too. They're talking about, okay, what the hell just happened? How do I have 2 quirks? Like, I think I've heard about this quirk before. It's called Black Whip. Like, Black Whip? What does it do? Like, well, one of the previous users had it, so... And I'm gonna do full disclosure here, guys. I have no fucking clue what Black Whip does. I know what it is, in a way. I only know that Deku has Black Whip. I need to do a bit more research on that fucking quirk, but... Yeah, so... Yeah. That's all I can say about that. Like, okay, so one of the previous users has this quirk. So, does that mean I could possibly use the other user's quirks? Like, maybe. So, who knows? But for now, we need to make sure you are more well prepared for using Black Whip. Alright. So yeah, after that, the award ceremony happens. Bakugo has to be chained down because he is honestly want to explode Deku, because then apparently Bakugo doesn't think like, okay, he has 1 quirk and was hiding it from me, but now he has 2 fucking quirks. 2! That fucking quirkless loser is hiding his power behind me behind this entire time. And yeah, Kaminari takes the place of Ida, because as I mentioned, he's in 3rd place next to Yami, and All Might gives Deku the 1st place award. And that is where I'm gonna fucking end it. You might be wondering, wait, does Deku get his special reward? He's saving that for later, until they figure out more about Black Whip. But yeah, so... I hope you guys enjoyed this. I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of comments about this part, because... Not only for beginning but this part, but the end now. So, you guys are going to see more of what if Deku had Exodia's powers for the next few days. I know it seems like my order of routine will go Exodia, Soundwave, then Toga, because that's how it usually goes. But right now, I'm really wanting to end Exodia, and I'm needing to go through that fast. So I might record that part for that today too, and Wednesday and Friday, and Saturday perhaps. So you're gonna see a lot of parts for that, for the time being, kind of like how I did Carnage in a way, you might say, but longer. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna look at more information about Black Whip. I hope you guys will look forward to the special that's coming up on the 18th. And Cyber Dragon out.